Hari Om to all. Sit straight. Head, neck, backbone in one straight line. For everything we prepare ourselves. Even for going bath we prepare. I hope at least we take a towel. For this session also we have to prepare. Oh, if you may say that towel is inside only, but still we carry towel and prepare ourselves. So for this session we will prepare by bringing our mind in the present moment. Mind has a tendency to be in the past and future. And suppose we think deeply, most of the problems are in past and future. This moment, we do not have a problem. So the past has gone, never to come back, future yet to unfold. So let us bring all our energies in the present moment. And whatever lingering thoughts are there, where we have interacted with people, seen WhatsApp, Facebook, all those thoughts, images disappear when we chant loudly. Om, Om, Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Akhandamandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram.
Hari Om, thank you, Vidya. Because these talks are put up on YouTube, slowly people are watching on YouTube at their convenience. But in live sessions, maximum transformation can happen because there the energies are different. But yes, suppose we miss, we can go back and see the recordings. And suppose we want to make notes, then again we have to see the recordings. But ideally, it is preferable to attend such sessions live. So right now we are not having in presence, but at least virtual live. Because I can see many people write comments after watching. So if it is possible, it is better to attend live. The topic what we are discussing is Jivan Sutrani by Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda. And 2 chapters we have covered, and we will start the 3rd chapter. The first chapter we learn that we have to take charge of our own life. And 2 things are continuously inevitability going on, which are reality is myself. We cannot deny our presence, and the situations. Myself and world we cannot deny. And interestingly, both things are changing. I am also changing, situations are changing. So how to take charge of our own life? By accepting that there will be change. Every day there will be a new situation. The tip for happy and successful living is that we have to face the situation. And secondly, we have to make our own future better from that situation only, even though the situation is not so pleasant. So whether pleasant situation comes or difficult situation comes, we have to face it and we have to make our own life better, because there is no third thing available for us. There are only 2 things, myself and situation, and different situations are going to come. There is not going to be one situation, because otherwise it will be boring. Only rainy season is there, then after rainy season, then there is summer season, etc., etc. After summer season, there is winter season. And I am also changing. Second thing, we all are eligible and capable of being happy and being successful in whichever field we are. Maximum potential has to be transformed into maximum performance or expression. It must manifest. And it can only manifest when we have a high goal in life. That is a tip in the 2nd chapter. And we have to put efforts for achieving our goals. You might say that for some people it is easy to achieve some goals. For some people it is difficult. For some people they keep putting efforts, but whatever they desire, whatever the goal is there, it is not achieved. So why is that? That sometimes we feel that how much effort I have to put. But for a higher goal, I have to put higher efforts. But there is a limit, no? How much effort? So the 3rd chapter starts with empowerment as the topic name, because I think most of you will agree that some people we find they are most of the time motivated. Some people we find that they are most of the point demotivated. Some people, some Sukhi Dukhi Atma. So Guruji says there is Sukhi Atma, there is Dukhi Atma, there is Sukhi Dukhi Atma. You know, my motivation suddenly goes up, it goes down. And after some time, I don't find that motivation every day in the morning. Same day, same people, same family, same process. So now the topic is empowerment, which is a very, very important topic, because on this topic, there are hundreds of books written. How to motivate self and others. Big topic. If I want to motivate other people, then I must be motivated. So empowerment means where this empowerment comes from. So this is a topic what Guruji has taken up, and we can see how he has expounded different aspects of this topic, that how to remain empowered for achieving our goal, which we are eligible for, which we are capable of, which we have the potential, because one potential all of us have, that is freedom. So what is the main tip in the third we are going to learn? So the third chapter name is empowerment. So first of all, we will chant the first verse, which is a very short verse. Yeah, Vidya.
मानव पुरुषार्थः सीमितः मानव पुरुषार्थः सीमितः.
So very interesting, because this is sutra. It is not bhashya on sutra. There is Brahma Sutra, we learned. There is Narad Bhakti Sutra. Sutra means only few words. So what it means is that sometimes, we feel that how much effort I have to put to achieve my goal. Because basically today we are going to learn the secret that Manava Purushartha Simita. It is Manava, effort is limited. Human effort is limited. Full stop. But the second sentence is very important, which is not there, but this is a sutra, so we have to expand. Human effort is limited, but human potential is infinite. So my potential is vast, huge, but my efforts are limited. So how will my maximum potential will come into maximum performance? How will I achieve my goals? How will I achieve my small desire? Choti si asha, there is a song also. I have chota asha, but that also are not fulfilled. Dil hai chota sa, choti si asha, but utna to fulfill hona chahiye. Very beautiful song, I think, from Rosa movie. Dil hai chota sa, choti si asha. Acha, choti asha hai, but then I have to put so much of effort, but still that asha remains asha only, becomes durasha. Not able to fulfill. So now we will learn that this is very interesting point what Guruji has brought, that human potential is infinite, but human effort is limited. Now, why is a human effort limited? Now Vedanta comes here, because this is a spiritual text. Human effort happens through the instruments, and instruments have limitations. What are the instruments we have? Body, mind, intellect are our instruments. That is reason number one. Reason number two, there are outer constraints. So one person thinks that how much effort I have to put to achieve this goal? Who will decide the limit? Or when will I be able to accomplish my goal? So there are two things. Human potential is infinite, human effort is limited. Very important point what Guruji is brought about. And second, why human effort is limited? Because human effort is through the instruments. And there are outer constraints also. What are those? Now we will see. What are the limitations of any instrument, whether you take watch, whether you take fridge, whether you take tap, water tap, wear and tear. Secondly, limitations of the form. Functional limitation, by age, slowly, my movement starts reducing. Then there is an instrument breakdown, car breaks down, we have to take to the service center, which is a very interesting observation. When car breaks down, we go to mechanic, car mechanic. When fan breaks down, we go to an electric mechanic. When TV breaks down, we go to electronic mechanic. When some tile comes out, then we go to a kadiya mechanic. When some door problem, we go to a carpenter mechanic. When there is a relationship breakdown, I will solve my own problems. Because I am expert in relationship. How can it happen? So Guruji is going to take up Because most people think that relationship breakdown is part of life only. I don't have to consult anybody. I don't have to read some scriptures. I don't have to talk to a teacher that, and I don't have to get it repaired from somebody else. I can manage. Time, big limitation. Space, we have learned in Vedanta how many limitations are there and what is the definition of Brahman. Brahman definition is in negative sense. That which is limitless, that which has no limitation of time, no limitation of space, no limitation of object. Taittiriya Upanishad students, I think I can see many of us who have attended Taittiriya Upanishad are here. Okay, these are instrument constraints. So when we do a sutra, we have to expand the sutra. What are outer limitations, circumstance limitation, financial constraints, political constraints, environmental constraints, social constraint, climatic constraint. So you can add on in this list neighbors constraint, society constraints, so many limitations. And so I am not able to put my efforts, and so I am not able to accomplish my goals. If you take care of all these constraints, no, I will be able to achieve my goal. It is like saying, if you give me the bowler what I want, if you set the fielding as I want, if you give me the pitch as I want, then I will score 100 runs. Weather should be like what I want. People should behave as I want. Family members all should behave as I want them to behave. The leader says that all people in the office should behave as I want. And the office must be like this. It should be closed. It must be see. Then I will perform and my efforts will be fruitful. So which is not going to happen, because this is our idealistic expectation that everything will be as per my wish and there are no limitations anywhere. But one reality or one truth we have to accept today, and it must dive deeply in our DNA, that we have to deal with limitations in life. And if we do not deal with limitation, it will lead to frustration and sorrow. And that's the reason elderly people or senior citizen most of the time get depressed, because I don't want to face my limitation. I'm thinking as I was in 25, then 40, but now I'm 60, now I'm 70, so there will be limitations. So now this is a very important factor, because the topic starts with human effort is limited, but human potential is infinite. So where this empowerment comes from, where this motivation comes from? So there are two motivation factors. This is very, very interesting, very, very important. One comes from outside and one comes from inside. Outside is called as extrinsic. Inside is called as intrinsic. Some people are intrinsically motivated. Some people are overly dependent on outside motivating factors. Please think deeply where I fall from, whether I'm intrinsically motivated since morning to evening, or I depend upon outside motivating factors, because without empowerment, without motivation, my efforts will slowly go down and I will not be able to achieve what I want. Because we must have a higher goal to achieve, and that is our goal of life, goals in life. I hope you have been reading summaries given by Vidya, and today Bobby had put beautiful summary. I hope we are reading, because goal of life, goals in life must be clear. So what are these two motivating factors, and see how Guruji is introducing the third one. That is a secret. So what are the external motivating factors? Guruji says that, see, suppose we just look around, our efforts are enhanced by so many things. Just imagine 50, 100 years back, we had no gas. And that time, how much of effort to light the chula only? Actually, in Kolad program, sometimes we do a activity called as Master Chef, where we give 3 big bricks to corporate people, and we give few wooden blocks, kerosene, and one iron pipe, and they give them all the material to cook. Actually, in the entire process, half an hour goes into lighting the fire only. And by the time they complete lighting fire, their all eyes are red and eyes are watering, because we're not used to doing that and keeping the fire on. So right now, suppose we see in 21st century, in 2022, the comfort level has gone beyond our imagination, that how much comfort we have got and how much easiness has come because of external empowerment factors. Now we will list down. Many of them Guruji has given beautifully. You can add on your own also. Computers can enhance speed and accuracy. Otherwise, who will just imagine what was life without computers? So many papers, so much of writing, so many files in offices. Entire cupboards and cupboards are there with files, and today we are working paperless offices. So much of writing. Motivational gurus can guide and keep the spirit high, because motivational gurus are outside. Venture capitalists can back our ideas, come out with ideas, then there will be people who will give funds and then business. Event managers, if you just today want to do marriage, one call, khana taken care of, hall taken care of, gifts taken care of, pre-wedding shooting, post-wedding shooting, during wedding, everything taken care of. One event manager, everything is done. Such ease. Rewards, external, instigate us to achieve more, because organization and most of us want rewards from outside. I want rewards. Rewards can be in form of money. Rewards can be in form of designation. Rewards can be form of promotion, but I want reward. Then appreciation, we have spoken 100 times about this. For some people, without appreciation from outside, things don't move only. Constantly, I need somebody else to approve my efforts, to appreciate my efforts. And I'm not doing for God, but I'm doing for people. Guruji says we are going to bring about that factor later on. Appreciation is an outside empowerment factor, outside one. It is outside me, because sometimes I don't get appreciation. Bank can give us loan, outside motivating factor. Energy drinks can boost our energy. See how much Guruji thinks about it. Red Bull, I'm not promoting, but I'm mentioning. Energy drink. Power, fame, success, achievement, money, designation, competition can keep us going for a long time. Just look at the office or corporate office or our own organization. Fame, power, success, achievements, money, designation, competition. These are all coming from outside. Huh? So I am dependent on outside factors for my empowerment. Important factors. So wherever there is dependency, there is slavery. Where there is freedom, there is maximum potential can come out. Relatives can give support for some time in some way. For some people, empowerment is relatives. For some people, headache is relatives. For some people, support and empowerment also is relative. Some relatives are bringing down our energy. Some relatives enhance our energy. There is one that शायरी is there, no? आप आगे बढ़ो, पैर खींचने के लिए लोग हैं ना. आप सुखी रहो, दुखी करने के लिए लोग तो है ना. People are there. But these are external factors and they all have their own limitations. Very interesting point now. See how he is building up the entire concept. That also we must learn, that how Guruji is putting the whole concept before us step by step. So external factors has their own limitations, and we must become wise from today, this moment after 7 o'clock, because we have heard that, oh yes, I should not depend upon all these factors. Sometimes it may enhance my motivation, but if I am overly dependent, they will actually disappoint me. So disappointment comes because I am overly dependent on external factors. Now, what are the intrinsic motivation factors? These are very important, very interesting to know. These intrinsic motivation factors, suppose we discover, then one can put a lot of efforts because now I am not expecting something from outside. So what are the intrinsic motivation factors? Fun. Suppose you ask people, why do you run marathon? Fun. I enjoy. I can run for 21 kilometers, 42 kilometers. And sometimes people who just can't imagine, how can a person run for 21 kilometers, 3 hours? Running. Just imagine 42 kilometers means 4 hours running, 5 hours running. Where is the motivation? No, I enjoy. People go for adventure, thrills. Why? No, thrill is there. Some people go for that merry-go-round. And I don't know why people sit in that, but this is Guruji's example. They go there to shout. And people sit in the merry-go-round to get afraid. Headache, vomiting, but I want to go again. Thrill, maza, thrill. So there is an intrinsic motivation factor, thrill. So we must analyze as a spiritual student, what is the intrinsic factor where somebody wants to go in that bungee jumping and the breath stops because I want to experience fear. Satisfaction I want, so I will do anything. Hobby, suppose I have a hobby of cricket playing or veena playing or anything, I can play for hours. Sports, curiosity, suppose I am curious, then I can read hundreds of pages. Challenge, love. Love is an intrinsic motivation factor because where there is love, there is sacrifice. I can, suppose the love comes for a country, love comes for a person, I am ready to give life. Relationships. On this, there are hundreds of dialogues in movie. Tumhare liye main jaan de sakta hu. One boy said to one girl, the girl was standing on a bank of a river. He told, jump. Jaan de sakte ho, de do, dikhao. Bolte nahi, I cannot. That is only a dialogue, Belongingness, then very important one, doing an activity to enjoy the activity itself for self-satisfaction. That is the definition of intrinsic empowerment. I am not interested in the result. I am interested to just go through the process. Otherwise, we can just imagine people go for Mount Everest, so much of trouble, so much of challenge to life, no oxygen, no food, no bath for 10 to 15 days. But where is the motivation coming? Intrinsic motivation. No, I just want to have that satisfaction. I want to have it. Learn examples of this: learning language, adventure, sports, travel, yatra, treks, cleaning. Cleaning also, Guruji says, very important one. Some people can clean whole house because they intrinsically feel satisfied. If the house is in disorder, I don't feel like sleeping. Everything must be clean, neat, tidy. Intrinsic motivation. Whole 4 hours I can work, but the house must be clean. Please remember this. We're going to discuss this in different aspects. Guruji is going to take up this. Playing cards, whole day I can play cards. Teen patta. There are people who play teen patta, bridge for a whole night. Exercise, intrinsic motivation. Painting. What is the essence now? Very important one. Maximum external conditions and internal efforts sometimes are not enough to bring results. Then what? I am intrinsically motivated. External factors also are there, but there is a limitation to it. Still, I am not able to achieve goals. Still, I am not able to bring about my maximum potential. Why is that? That is $1 million question. Then what to do? So Guruji is giving us tip here, and we are going to have argument. Nanu argument we are going to have. Till now, everything is going on all right. I am with you. Now, why are you bringing this aspect in between? Will be the doubt for many people. So what is the next sutra? Vidya, can you read?
सर्वशक्तिमदीश्वरस्यानुग्रहेण तु स लक्षगुणो भवति सर्वशक्तिमदीश्वरस्यानुगृहेण तु स लक्षगुणो भवति.
So till now, I was with this book. Now I am not so keen because ये भगवान कहाँ से लेके आप बीच में? Why are you bringing God between me, situation, my goal? Very important one. I can achieve my goal. I can do a lot of things. Why do I require God? Very important question. Why do I require to pray to God? If somebody asks that question, what is an answer? Now, this is not a actual class, but this would be my question. Why do you require God in between me and my goal? Why do you require a prayer? Why do I need to pray? अभी तक तो सब ठीक हो रहा था, गॉड कहां से आ गया बीच में? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. Why do we require a prayer? Why do we require a God? So here we will see that answer, that argument. Let us complete what this sutra says. With the grace of omnipotent Lord, however, that result becomes effective. So Guruji is bringing that topic now. We will discuss that why God. Suppose I don't believe in God only. Do you think that I will not be able to achieve my results? Is God so essential in this particular topic? Because I can achieve my results. So what we will do is that we will go quickly to the next slide, and then we will come back to this slide. Let us first of all answer the questions which we are putting here. So Bhagavan, Guruji, you say that goal of life is happiness and success. We must have a goal. Everybody is eligible and capable of achieving it. We have to face life and make life. Okay. We have to put efforts to achieve our goals. Efforts are limited, potential is infinite. All agreed. Now you are saying that we have to connect to God for achieving our goals. Is that the tip what you are giving? So before we go ahead, let us understand this question and address that objection raised. So what is the objection? I am living as per my rules. I am happy actually. If you ask people, I am happy. I am happy with my family. I am happy with my job. Some problems are there. Some problems come and go. I have my goals, family goals, office goal, money goals. I am striving to achieve. I am not attaining moksha. I don't want moksha. I don't want enlightenment. I don't want the truth. So why are you bringing God in between? I can live without God and prayers. Very valid topic. I know circumstances will change. I will change. But why God? What is the need of God here? I cannot live without food, water, so I am consuming food and water. But I can live without believing in God or praying to God. Is it a must? There are many people who don't believe in God, don't pray to God, but they are living and they achieve goals. They have their families, they have bungalows, they have cars, they have helicopters, they have aeroplanes, and then they live a luxurious life. Okay, I believe in God, but is prayer necessary? Okay, I believe in God that there is power, there is some kind of energy, there is some kind of, higher power. But do I need to remember? Do I need to pray? Do I need to do all those kind of things of what you're telling to achieve my goals? I am not completely satisfied with this topic. So what is our answer? Prayer is a must, is not a must, but it is natural. So what is the answer? Prayer is not a must. I can live without prayer. But it is not a must, but it is a natural expression of a human being. Okay, I may not be praying to God, but I may be praying to somebody else, somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. We pray in different forms to different entities. We pray to auto wala, we pray to aeroplane, we pray to our leader, we pray to our wife, we pray to our husband, we pray to mother-in-law, father-in-law, mother, father. So now reason for bringing God, now we have to pay attention in this conversation that it is our goal of life. So we have to bring God. Not the God what we are thinking. We are going to discuss that also. Concept of God, long time back we had discussed. So God is our goal of life, so it should be brought in the conversation. So goal of life must be our motivation factor, empowerment factor, because all other things what we have discussed are goals in life. And suppose we don't bring God in between, truth in between, moksha in between, or whatever we want to say, then we will get lost into the goals in life, the process, and that is called as Maya. So destination is God. All these things is the process. There is a example here Vijji gives that there is a visiting visa we get between two countries. You know, when we were going to USA, then in Dubai we had to halt. So before we entered Dubai, we were there in Dubai for 2 days or 1 day, and we could see Dubai in 1 day because we just hired a car, went to Dubai, all malls, and came back. We got a visiting visa. Similarly, we are given visiting visa on earth. We are not given residential visa or green card on earth. We are given visiting visa on earth. And we must not forget that. So having got human birth, we must not waste this chance of attaining the highest, because God says on this earth, you can visit places, you can enjoy, you can see all those malls, all those structure and all these things. What you are seeing is basically either man-made or made by me. Either you can see water in different forms, greenery, plants in different forms, earth in different forms, mountains, water, river, or different sand, stones and all when we go to desert, or we can see metal or glass or cement. These are the 6 things. Wherever you go, what beauty would be, either it will be cement, glass or metal, or it will be some form of water, some form of greenery, or some form of earth, natural beauty. But that is not our goal, because if we do not bring God in between, if suppose we do not bring the highest in between, now we are going to discuss in detail, this is only an argument we are addressing, then we will be wasting our human life, because every life has been given some kind of job. Birds can fly, animals can do certain things, insects can do certain things, but human birth, the purpose is to realize our highest potential, and our highest potential will not be realized without we bring God into picture. What is God that is a second question, but at least we are dealing with this answer. For living and enjoying, very important one, life, prayer is not. For living and enjoying life, prayer is not necessary. But to reach our goal of life, we require God. Ramana Maharshi calls that God as self. So at least we require self-knowledge or God knowledge. So God represents the highest goal of life. So God is important. God should not be only thought about my wish fulfiller. God is my, what it is called, Guruji says, God is not only my wish fulfiller, but my well-wisher. Okay, that is only one concept of God. We are going to see different concept of God. But here God represents the highest goal of life. Otherwise, we will forget the goal of life. And we'll get entangled into family, job, this, that. But that is my highest goal. And these goals in life must fall in congruence with goal of life. We have learned this immediate goal, short-term goal, Mid-term goal should be in line with the long-term goal. So highest possibility for human being is to realize our own infinite nature, from finite to infinite, mortality to immortality, sorrow to happiness, from fear to fear, insecurity to fearlessness. And that only that God can give, not God can give. We will see how it is connected here. Only God can give when we realize God. So that we are going to take up as topic next time, that you're talking God. Now I'm convinced that God is required, but whether God you're talking with form or without form, that we will see differently. But let us complete this topic today of this verse, what was mentioned, that why we have to bring God. There are different reasons to it. One is that is goal of life, number one. Secondly, our efforts are limited, potential is infinite, and we cannot always go to empowerment for limited aspects because they themselves have limitations. They themselves are wear and tear, aspects are there, and there are constraints, and there will be dependency. So suppose we want to go for empowerment, third factor for empowerment should be God. Why is that? Because God is having infinite power, infinite knowledge, infinite prosperity that we are going to see. So the God is called as Bhagavan. So here the example what Guruji takes is that one beggar doesn't go to another beggar to beg. One basic swimmer cannot save another drowning person's life. One person who is dependent on these various things cannot make others independent. So then the question is that what is the third empowerment factor after external, internal, intrinsic? There is a third divine empowerment factor which is required for us, which is independent in itself, which is supportless but supporting all, which is infinite in strength, knowledge, wealth, virtues, source of inspiration and nourishment, and that is called as Bhaga. So what is the meaning of Bhagavan? Bhagavan means there is Balavan, there is Dhanavan, there is Buddhiman. So here it is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means one who has 6 qualities in abundance, infinite, beauty. So the most beautiful thing is the creator. Might, so much, so huge universe has been created, such might. Glory and fame, we can see vibhutis of him, he showed to Arjun. Splendor, vibhutis. Who is the most famous one? God is still on Google, the highest clicked aspect. Wisdom and dispassion. The last one is very important. Suppose we want knowledge, then we go to God, then God will send to Guru. Right Guru, he will send it to us. And the last one is that God also is having infinite dispassion, because such entire yugas and yugas universe he creates, and in 1 second it creates pralay. Entire yugas get into pralay and it disappears. God is so dispassionate that he is not saying, oh, such wonderful creation, let me see, in 1 minute pralay happens. Entire universe goes, again creation happens, again pralay happens, again creation happens, again pralay. This is going on for infinite time, and this will go on for infinite time. Yugas will come, yugas will dissolve, Mahapralay will happen, normal pralay will happen of yugas, Mahapralay will happen, different entities will come again in rotation, and again the life will go on. So what is the key? Instead of focusing, this is a key point before we close today's session. Instead of focusing on our limited efforts and possessions, we should focus on 2 things: infinite potential in us and infinite grace and strength of the Lord. What a beautiful tip from Guruji. No, but I can only do this much. I'm a female, I am a male, now I'm old, now I'm young. I'm like this. What can I do? All the time I'm focusing on my limitations. What alone I can do? Because my attention is on my limitations, and Guruji is inviting here through one wonderful tip in verse number 2 in chapter 3, is that shift your focus from your potential, what you can do. And then second, attention must be shifted to infinite potential of the Lord, who can grace and give us strength anytime we ask. Examples, we cannot imagine how Gurudev thought about this entire project. When we think we will make a small house, we will buy one car. When Guruji and Gurudev thinks, they think of entire CIRS school, such entire Chinmay Vibhuti project, from where 300 crores will come. Our heart will sink only thinking of 300 crore. Now, Vishwa Vidyapit, 500 crore project. Can we even think? No, but I cannot generate 5 rupees from anybody. And when Swamiji is thinking about generating 500 crores from people going around the world, because connected to God. Because whenever we think of God, we think of big things. Guruji says that till we don't think about God, we will not think of big mammoth things. So this question we answered, but is it necessary to believe and pray to God? Yes, it is necessary. How to plug into God? That is a topic we are going to take. Okay, now I believe in God, I pray to God. But are there any tips Guruji is going to give on how to have these connections? How to have access so that my third empowerment factor also is in line with me. So I have external motivation factors, intrinsic motivation factors, and now third, divine motivating factors, empowerment factors. So that